Hello everyone, you're welcome back to my channel. How you doing today? On today's video we'll be sewing this beautiful gown. I drop a link below on how to draft and cut this gown. If you've not seen the video, please click the link below on the description box so you get to know how we get this sewing video. Thank you very much, and I would love to appreciate all my subscribers. Thank you and thank you. God bless you. Now I've placed my pattern paper on the fabric. Now cut this out. But when cutting, you have to add your seam allowance. The cutting of the back pattern, I added 1.5 at the side of my back and half inches at this area here, half inches here also. I added 0.25 on the armhole and on the neck area. Now keep this back pattern aside and we'll cut the front pattern. Guys, I'm done with the cutting of the front. At the center front, I added half inches for joining allowance back to the side front, and at this side of the front I added 1.5 for seam allowance. So I've cut out my belt. This is my belt. The width of my belt is by 5.5 inches. I've cut out the lining and the fabric together. This is it. Now this is the front pattern. We're working on the front first. I drop a link also on how to draft a Igbo blouse and how to sew it. You will see on that video, when you watch it very well, you will know how to cut your bra like this. I decided to pad the front of this my gown with this softest. This is the softest wording. This is what I use, and then I use stay on the front also. So now for this front, I will go to the sewing machine. Now I'll be sewing this. Now I'll be joining the sides together of the front. So from the hem of this gown, I will join this on half inches and tell you guys what next to do. Guys, I'm done with the joining of the sides of the front, and you can see how it is, and I've gone ahead to press down my seams open. I press it open, and you can see how pretty my cup looks because I use the softest, it's the softest pad wording I use. So you can see how beautiful it looks. After doing this, now the next we have to do is to use our lining to turn the neckline. Now I'll go to the sewing machine. I'll be sewing half inches round the neck. I'll do this for the back also, for the two back, and give it a good press and tell you what next to do. Guys, I'm done with the sewing of the neckline for the front. After sewing, then now you give this a launch so it will lay down flat. When you press this, you launch it like this. With the launching, now keep this aside. After sewing the back, we'll just give everything a good press. So this is my back. I will go to the sewing machine. I'll be sewing from the neckline half inches like this. This place I'm marking, this is where I will sew the neckline. After sewing the neckline, I will now come down here and sew this place on half inches. You know, we added half inches for seam allowance, and sew this opening also round this way. Now let me go and sew it and show you guys what it looks like. I'm done with the pressing of the front. You can see how it is, how it's laying down flat. This is the front. Then now the next we have to do is to go and sew the armhole on half inches round. So now I'm done with the sewing of the back also, and I've given it a launch round. Now I will go and sew on half inches for the back armhole, the two armholes. I will sew the zipper allowance on half inches and sew the sides on half inches. I will do the same thing on the front also. I'll be sewing the sides too on half inches. Guys, I'm done with the pressing. You can see how it is. I've pressed down the armhole. Now the next we have to do is to fix in our zipper. I have an invisible zipper here. So from here, my zipper will start from these 2 inches. I will come up by 2.5 inches, and from these 2.5 inches, this is where I will fix my zipper. So now I'll go and fix in my zipper and tell you what next to do. So guys, I'm done with the fixing of the zipper. You can see how beautiful it looks and very neat. I use paper stay so that my zipper, the fabric is a bit stretchy. That's why I make use of paper stay. You can see how this looks. This next we have to do is to join this gown at the shoulder. So I'll bring the front like this and I'll go to the sewing machine. I'll be joining this on 1/2 inches the shoulder of this gown. Now I'm done with the joining of the shoulder. You can see how it looks. Then the next thing we have to do now is to draw the gathers. So like I said, I used 2.5 inches, the whole length of 2.5 inches. That's what I use. You know, the length from the shoulder to the waist is 16, so then the remaining one is 21. So this is it. I've gone ahead to sew down my gathers, straight stitch all the way to the end of this fabric. You can see I sew one line and the second line. Now I'll draw these gathers to the width of this my basque here. I'll check what I have. I'm done with the drawing of the gathers. You see why I said you should use 2 lines. This way it will make it easier for you to sew and easier for you to draw the gathers. So to join these gathers, I'll be making the front of my gathers to face the front of the fabric, and I will go and join this on 1/2 inches all the way to the other end of this gown. Guys, I'm done with the joining of the gathers to the waist of this gown. You can see how beautiful it looks. Now let's not forget we have to join our belt. I've sewn down my belt. Now I'll put it in between the gown like this. It will be inside the gown, and I will join it on 1 inch at the side of the gown. We're joining it on 1 inch. You know, we added 1.5 after turning with 1/2 inches because we need a neat finishing at the sides. Now we have 1 inch remaining. Now I'll go to the sewing machine and I'll be joining this on 1 inch to the hem of this gown. I'm done with the joining of the side of the gown. You can see how pretty this gown looks. This is the belt. We'll be tying the belt at the back of the gown. So now the next we have to do is to fold the hem of the gown on 1/2 inches like this. I'll go and fold this all round of this gown. I'm done with the hemming of the gown and I've given it a good press. Now the next we have to do now is to tack our bra hook. You have to tack bra hook on this up here and here. So now I'll do this and display this on my dress form for you to see. I'm done with the fixing of the bra hook. You can see how beautiful this gown looks. Thank you guys for watching to the end. I really appreciate you all. And if you have any question, I'll be at the comment section to answer all questions. See you guys on my next video. God bless you.